tryna watch my moves, tryna steal swag. Whoa, 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 whoa. I got a big bag, I got them big mad. Gotta take them boys to school cause they skip class. They be tryna watch my moves, tryna steal swag.
What's going on, everybody? Once again, welcome back to the Shot Clock. I'm your host, G-Day Hoop Scout. I got my guy.
Rob in the gym, man. Y'all know what it is. Happy New Year to y'all for the people who wasn't on last week, man. It's good to be back.
Man, New Year's is we already in the New Year's, man.
I know. I still say Happy New Year during the first month of the year because I don't see everybody at the same time, you know?
I mean, that's true. That's true. Coach Gabe, what's going on, man? How you doing, man? Hey, I told you before the season, playoff bound. Playoff bound, man. Coach Gabe said, what's up, Rob, man? Man,
What's up, Coach Gabe?
Rob is he delayed right now, Coach Gabe. Yeah, I know you tired.
Yeah, I'm
Coach
always
Gabe.
delayed.
But hey, district is just started, so you got to get energized, Coach Gabe. You got to get energized, man. What's going on, Miss Raspberry? How you doing? Yeah,
Hey,
Rob.
Miss
Yeah, Rob
Raspberry.
Hollywood, Coach Gabe. Rob Hollywood out here, man.
Never, man. I got it out the mud.
We also got Coach Ant Willis.
What's good, world?
Joining us for
That boy said I'm finna go to sleep, y'all.
yeah, get your rest in.
Coach Gabe, you can't go to sleep. No, don't go to sleep.
Hey, man, look, school teachers need rest. You got to remember he's still a school. He's not just a high school coach, school teacher too. Teachers need rest dealing with the kids. High school kids, middle school kids, elementary school kids need the rest. Coach Gabe, get your rest, man.
Go to sleep.
I'll be seeing y'all soon. I won't say when because you already know. You always tell me, man. Don't my boys start acting crazy when you come. Hey, I ain't gonna say when. I'm just gonna pop up. Just gonna pop up, man. But yeah, appreciate you as well, Coach Gabe, man. Look, he said don't do it. But yeah, appreciate you as well. Appreciate all the other coaches out here who is trying to make best with what they got and going on. And trying to get these district wins right now, man. Greater Houston High School Basketball Show, the Shot Clock. We ain't going to hold y'all too long on this evening. We're going to get right to it. But first, hey, fellas, man, how was y'all week, man? How did everything go this week for you?
Well, it's been a long week for me. My wife had surgery on Thursday, so long weekend, been kind of helping her out with different things and stuff like that, along with coaching, going to games. We had a game Friday, had a game Saturday. So just been a long week, man. Long week. But prayers out, successful surgery. Everything went well.
Yeah, glad Miss Monica. Glad the boss doing all right, man. Glad the boss is doing all right. I hope she watching. Try to get my brownie points in, man.
Facts. Always.
Rob, man, how was your week, man? How you feeling?
Week was good, busy. Went all over the city to go to games. Tuesday I seen Springwood and Stratford. Stratford looking real. You know what I'm saying? Looking like they can break somebody brackets in Region 3. Like they real tough and built for the playoffs.
Oh, Rob talking bracket talk, man. Bracket talk.
Yeah, cause a couple of weeks, I think like a month ago, maybe like 4 episodes back, we were talking about dark horses. Like, Stafford gonna be like, we ain't a dark horse, we're a favorite. But Stafford is a team that is considered to me to be a dark horse in Region 3 6A because they could legitimately make a run to regionals. They have star power. They have shooting. They can rebound. They could play slow. They could play fast. Keanu Dawes played real well. Luke Hatcher played really, really well. Friday, the I went to go see Stafford and St. Thomas, and Stafford won that game. Glenn Bishop played really well. Had 20 points, 7 rebounds. Strong 6'4" player. And yesterday, man, went to I don't know. I ain't gonna say the game of the year so far because that Sealsby Summer Creek game was still up there for me. But one of the games that I seen of the year, my top 5, and the atmosphere was electric. The crowd was electric. Dickinson and Clearbrook, man. And Dickinson was up at the half by 10. Clearbrook made some halftime adjustments. I got a shout out. Of course, y'all know the usual suspects for Clearbrook, Chemo, Smurf, but junior forward Broderick Jackson was really, really big on the inside for them. He played well against Pat Williams and Zion Little because they was killing. Zion and Pat was killing, but Broderick Jackson held his own. He like a strong 6'4" rugged forward. He had about 13 and 8 yesterday, and Clearbrook came out with the win, 67-53 at Dickinson, man, in Gator Country. So if y'all missed that, man, that was a hell of a game and a hell of an atmosphere, man. So that was my week, man. I'm through talking.
Tuesday game was good too, though, man. I went to that Sock Creek, Sock Ridge game. That was a big time game as well on Tuesday. To start the district off, you talked about Stratford. That district is going to be very, very, very interesting with Stratford, Sock Creek, Sock Ridge, Sock Fair. It's going to be a interesting district because that game could have went either way with Sock Creek and Sock Ridge. Could have went either way. So Williams, 2020, he's 2024, and Jack Holland, 2024, hit big shots. I think Jack Holland went for like 4 for 8. I think he was like 50%. And then so Williams was 5 or something like as well. They both shot the ball at a high percentage from the arc. Sock Creek kind of pieced it together. Corey Haddon had a good scoring game. TJ Asher had a good scoring game, but if you was at the game, it wasn't just like a domination. It was kind of like pieces, different stretches. But like Sock Ridge really, really, really played really well at home as well. But Sock Creek came out the dub, so that was a really good game. Trey Alger did a very good job. Almost again, I know Coach Gabe be putting almost scratching a triple double. I know some people be like, man, but truthfully, he did. That game when he had double figures, almost double figure rebounds and assists, couple steals. I mean, he is probably by far one of the kids in the city from a point guard standpoint that I feel that a lot of college coaches may not see his game translate because he's not a really good shooter, but he does everything that can win you games. So, if it's a good profile college looking for a backup point guard that can rebound, score, and get you assists and steals, he's definitely a kid that, guys should be looking at because, again, it's getting that time for a lot of these unsigned seniors. But, that game showed why he was a winner, and they could have won the game, but Sock Creek at the end, kid got it, which was a funny kid. Didn't even know. I think he just got moved up, got a big time rebound, put a layup back, and got them up by one. And then Jamil tried to go a full court fast break layup, lost the ball, thought he got fouled, could have been a call either way. Uh, TJ Asher gets a foul, hits at least one out of two free throws, they win the game. So it was a really good game. It was packed from both sides, so a really good game.
No, that's good. My week consisted of Tuesday, a task to see the Seed King. Seed King almost, pulled off the upset in that game. Very good game. If you haven't seen the recap, make sure that you go to Boss of Hard TV on YouTube. You can check out that Attached to the versus Seed King recap, as well as on Friday, I went to a Pittsburgh high school called a SBC South Division matchup with Episcopal versus John Cooper School. Um, Another game that was really good. Episcopal was just a little bit too much, got too much firepower. John Cooper got some young players over there though, and so if you guys want to check that game out as well, it's on Ball So Hard TV. Episcopal versus John Cooper. Then on Saturday, I hit up two games. I called a Region Two District 15 matchup with District 14 matchup, sorry, with Nimitz and Aldine Davis over at the M.O. Campbell Center. Two Aldine ISD schools. Was going at it back and forth first quarter, but then that second and third quarter, Nimitz was just able to kind of open up the lead on them, and they sealed the deal. Shout out to Nimitz, another team that got a lot of young guards as well. They got a 6'6" senior who is very, very, very instrumental to their success right now. That was a really good win for them. They're 1-2 in the district right now, as well as Aldine Davis. I know it's their early district play, but it's always good to pick up that first win in district just to kind of build team morale. And so I went to that game at 10:30 a.m. And then as soon as that game was over at 12:05, hopped straight, took Beltway 8 all the way around from the north side down to the south side, Missouri City area, and went to Hobson Fieldhouse where I caught Elkins versus Clements in that game. And kind of similar to the Nimitz and Davis game, first quarter back and forth action, but Elkins just had too much. Clements was missing a couple of pieces that game. Bryce Matthews was out, COVID protocol, as well as Abdul Olajuwon. So missed two key pieces. Divine played really good though, for Clements, but it just was too much. Chris Johnson, Jackson Fields, Chris Barnett, those guys, Darrell Wilson played really big as well for them. Jacoby Osborne, and so those just Elkins was just a little bit too much for them. And so that was my week of basketball this week. What's going on, Mr. Newsom? Do want to say shout out to Mr. Newsom as well. He said, "What's up, shot clock?" And so what I was doing earlier, I know y'all see me, I was looking away. I was resharing it on Facebook and as well as Twitter, the show on my phone. But yeah, so a lot of good basketball. Like I said, hey, you can catch the recap as well as that Elkins and Clemens game on Ball So Hard TV on YouTube. It's up for there. If you want to read a more detailed recap, you can go to RCS Sports, and you can get my starting five from what's going on. Coach Larry, my guy, Houston Defenders, what's going on? But you can do the starting five. I did my top 5 players from the Pittsburgh John Cooper game, and then also did an article from the Nimitz and Davis game. You can catch out the prospect upshot of that, as well as the prospect upshot of Elkins and Clements game, and also did my big takeaways for C King attached to the game. But all that's over on RCS Sports. Larry said, "Rob, what's going on, man?" But yeah, man, appreciate everybody for tuning in.
What's up, Larry?
Yeah, shit. Hey, Larry, I called one of your kids the other day hooping, 8th grader, really nice. Devon over there at Rowe Middle School, really solid player. if y'all haven't done it, make sure y'all share the show. Retweet it on if you're on the Twitter side. Share it on the Facebook side. You can share it as well on the YouTube side as well. Um, man, fellas, before we get into who the Power 10 is and we go over top 10 plays of the week and we go over the top games. Is there anything that you guys want to talk about? Well, there's two things I want to touch on first. But there's something that y'all want to talk about. Man, y'all know the deal, man. Just jump in, chime in, man. We just that type of show. First and foremost, I would like to say that um, when I released the stats for like the top 10 for like points, rebounds, it caused a lot of turmoil at first. But a lot of coaches are now starting to take the initiative and are now posting and updating their player stats information. Because if they can do it on the football side and there's no issue with it, and every single team posts their stats football on Max Preps, then I didn't see what the issue would be for basketball. And so, but with me doing that, a lot of people didn't like it, but now I see more and more teams are starting to put out their stats. And so I just want to salute the coaches who are putting out the stats, the coaches who are understanding that, I can't just sit on the information that just because somebody averages 20 points a game, and if my opponent decides to box and won them the next game, somebody else can step up and do some damage, and we still gonna get the win. Like we got to stop thinking like I'm gonna game plan for you based off of stats. So we got to keep this guy off the rebounds. We got to make sure this guy don't block no shots because he's averaging 7 blocks a game. Like that has nothing to do with the actual in-game adjustments that need to be made. And so just want to say shout out to all the coaches who have been updating information and starting to put out their stats as well, because it's not just for the people, but also, college coaches want that information. And I know that when they reach out to me and I may send them to the high school coach, he will share with them. But guess what? When the high school coach who doesn't share with me shares it with the college coach, when the college coach calls me back, he lets me know the information anyway. So I just want to say, shout out to those who are doing it and who keep on keeping us abreast with information. Secondly, just want to let everybody know that Brady Smith from Cy-Fair has decided to call it quits for basketball. The young man just doesn't have it in his heart no more. Really hate to see that happen. We wish him nothing but the best moving forward. He just wants to go to school. He wants to go to college, just be a regular student. And guess what? There's nothing wrong with that at all. And so just wanted to make that announcement and also just let him know if he's watching, parent, coaches, whatever. Thank you for the time that you did put in. And even though it's not in your heart anymore, just kind of glad that you were big enough to let coaches know and walk away instead of, throw tantrums on the bench, starting fights and like make the coach kick you off the team because you really don't want to play. And so we do see that a lot where kids get kicked off of the team because, their heart's not really in it. So they're just starting fights. They're not listening. They're doing all this other stuff. But him knowing that, hey, look, you know what? I just don't love it anymore. And some people have to come to the realization of, do I like basketball or do I love it? And a lot of times the parents love it more than the players. But the players have to love the game. You have to want to keep playing. That's anything you do in life outside of basketball. You have to love whatever it is that you do. Because if you just like it, then you can just up and quit whenever. But if you love it, you're going to put your all into it. No matter what, no matter who says what, no matter how people feel, you're going to keep going and trying to build up yourself. And so I just want to build him up to let him know that we support his decision. And we still salute him, and we still hope he goes to college, makes the dean's list, president's list, graduates cum laude and all that, and does really well for himself when he embarks on adulthood. And not just for him, but for all kids, man. So those are my two things I want to talk about. Fellas, y'all got anything y'all want to talk about before we get into the Power 10 and getting everybody all, riled up, man?
Well, on the other side of what you just said, yeah, I did hear about that because one of my close friends coaches at Cy Fair, so I did hear about that today. He coaches the freshman A team over at Cy Fair. Omar Reed helped me out this summer, so he did let me know, and I actually was gonna say something about that today. You already did, but my thing today is just kind of, as we kind of get into district, play, and just kind of, we're going into these last 3 months of basketball season for school ball. I just want to tell unsigned seniors, be patient. And the reason why, I had a long conversation with a Division II coach the other day, about a player, and just kind of talked to him, and we got on the subject about recruiting, and how it is now where the high school kids are the last or the bottom, and how the way the coaching and player relationship is a little different because it's strictly about business. So some of the relationships, the mentorship and things that the old school way, when you're helping the kids, and there's not so much. Not saying coaches don't do that now. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's more of a business because people are getting paid. People's livelihoods is on the line, and everything. So I would just say be patient because the recruiting game is very different now. So don't think that things won't work in your favor, and don't be over cocky about where you go. If you get an opportunity to play college ball in today's game, then that's big because the recruiting game is so different now, and the way things are. After the pandemic, me and you, they talked about this the other day. It's gonna take a while to get back to what it used to be. So, if you got JUCO offers, D3 offers, take that chance because the Division level is different now, man, and they're looking for more mature, ready guys. 4-year transfers are first. JUCO guys are next. Your prep guys. And things like that. And then at the bottom is high school kids. So we got to kind of educate these kids even more to understand that it's a business now. And to me, when it becomes a business, everybody's not going to be a pro. So realize that the free education is the most important thing, and getting the opportunity to play basketball is the next and more important thing at any level. So, just having those conversations with a couple of coaches reached out to me about different things, and got a chance to have a really good conversation with a D2 coach in Fresno, California, Fresno Pacific University. So, we got a chance to talk about a lot of different things. So, and it was just good to hear from a Division II coach kind of, say some of the things we talk about on here and just, talk more about it. So I would say unsigned seniors, please be patient and understand. And the most important thing is if you think you deserve, play like you deserve it. Play like it. So every game you step out on the floor, play hard. You can't come and say, oh, man, I had it back. Like, you got to figure out ways to have a good game. And, this district play for a lot of guys. Playoffs is also important for a lot of unsigned seniors because as the deeper as you go inside the playoffs, the more recognition you get, the better off things will go. So definitely, again, unsigned seniors, be patient.
Just to piggyback off of that, yes, be patient, but also go where you. I see Coach. I see Mr. Simpson. What's going on, Mr. Simpson? Shout out Mr. Dudes as well. Shout out Miss Marissa Smith also. But go where you are really wanted. I was gonna say that, and I see that he typed that. And so if JUCOs, NAIAs, D3s are heavy on you, like there's it's right in this point right now and for years to come, there's honestly no real point of waiting per se because nothing is guaranteed. You can wait, and there's nothing wrong with waiting, but don't get upset because you decided to wait and but there was already schools who were on you and then you chose to go over those schools because you was waiting and now when you try to come back and talk to those same coaches, they're like we already filled the position. So um like I said, it's okay to wait if you're willing to bet on yourself and take that type of gamble and risk. That's cool. But if somebody is actively after you, like recruiting you, and they really want you, and you're looking at their current rosters and you seeing who else they're looking at to bring in, and if it makes sense, like I mean, I don't what like there's no point of waiting. Like you just said, Coach Ant, like right now, like JUCO, like JUCO is what they're recruiting first. And then, then everybody who's in the transfer portal. Your guys who are the big names in transfer portals automatically going first. Then we're hitting up the JUCO guys, and then we're going to get kind of the leftovers of the transfer portal, and then maybe like that bottom tier of JUCO level, and then hey, then we're gonna go to the post grads and to the preps. Like you said, in high school is last on the totem pole. So while you're waiting and waiting and waiting, it's a kid right now at Kentucky University who thought he was going to cut it, but he's got to go in the transfer portal next year, and he's going to end up in a different situation at a school that maybe you thought you was going to get, and you're not going to get it because they're going to take that kid. And so now when they take that kid, somebody who they were looking at, now that kid gets bumped. Now a lower level school who felt like, okay, this kid was a mid major, we have no chance. But now he's available because the transfer portal, a couple Power Five kids went down to mid major, and so now all these mid major kids are going to come to the low major, and vice versa. And then, oh, this kid really had a really good year in Division Two, was All American, was All Conference. We're going to take a chance with him, bring him up because he already got college experience. These JUCO kids, these guys have been grinding, battling it out. They're 20, 22, 23 years old. We're going to bring these guys in because they're already mature. They're ready for it. And so, listen, if a JUCO is recruiting you, take it. NAI is recruiting you, take it. Become an All-American on the NAI level. D3 is recruiting you, take it. Like Coach Ann said, the real goal is not to be a pro. If that's your goal, you better off going to the gas station and playing the lottery. Uh, if that's your goal, like you have a better chance of hitting the lottery than becoming a professional basketball player. And so your goal should be to go to school for free or to graduate with minimal debt. Like, trust me, that financial aid gonna come back to bite you in the butt later on in life. You can keep on trying to put it in deferment after you graduate, but sooner or later, you're gonna have to start paying on them bills. And some of these schools, after you went there for 4 or 5 years or 6 years, a lot of people are owing over $200,000 in financial aid debt. So you don't want to graduate owing $200,000. If you can graduate and not owe anybody anything, $0, that's the whole point. If you can graduate and only owe maybe 50,000 instead of 200, that's good too. It's you can pay off the 50,000 way quicker than you can pay off that 200,000. So use basketball as the tool, as Coach Ant was saying. Be smart about it. Use it as a tool. Don't 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 go in thinking that just because I've competed against or I may have had a better game and this kid is going D1, but I had a better game than him that game. That does not make you a D1 player. I'm sorry, it just doesn't work that way. But Ant, good word, man. Glad you brought that up. Glad you touched on it. That was right on time. Even Dr. Newsom said good word. Rob, man, you got anything before we get into the thick of things, man? I know you're over there trying to keep an eye on your charges. I see you throwing your hands up. Go ahead, man. Speak to the people, man. You trying to keep quiet. You trying to keep your emotions intact from the football game. Man, we want to hear what Rob got to say.
Nah, I'm letting, I was
Look, he
man.
can't. Look, who y'all winning right now?
Nah, they got third and goal. Oh, no. So we stopped them. Nah, I wanna say seniors. I know we not harping, but I know we talking about seniors tonight. But this transpired in the game I was at yesterday.
Yeah, Rob. See, look, we letting Rob talk, Coach P. Yeah, look, Coach P like go, Rob. Look,
man, seniors.
He be on cue, boy. He be on cue.
Y'all got to keep y'all emotions intact, man, and understand that every moment that you're in the public eye, everything you are doing is being scrutinized and categorized by college coaches. At the moment you come out the tunnel or from the back of the school, you're being recruited. And you have to remember that at all times. And no matter what is going on personally, maybe at home or at school, you have to find a way to keep your emotions in check. I know people are going to say, they 17, they 18, but for the coaches, this is a business. And if I can't trust you to be emotionally stable, I'm not putting my mortgage, my child's tuition, anything like that, my car, on you. So that means when I say that means I'm not giving you a scholarship. You can't be trying to fight. You can't be doing all that excessive cussing and gesturing and all that. You just gotta kind of just tone it down. Everything you think don't always need to be said. All the emotions that you have don't always need to be displayed. I talk to my own kids about having discernment and being tactful with things that they say. And everybody I'm grown or I can say what I want to say. Yeah, but there's consequences behind that. And you don't want to, as speaking of the player, you don't want to be the reason why you stop yourself from getting a scholarship, and you'll be sitting back saying, well, man, I averaged 20 side-on-side points and we went to da-da-da-da, and somebody bring up, well, remember that time when you almost started that riot at the game? That's why I ain't give you no scholarship. Or you wondering why a certain school offers somebody else in your same district who may be a senior because it's coming down to you and him, and because they was at a game where you did something crazy and you wild out and whatever. So I just want to say that because that did come up yesterday. I ain't going to speak too much on the incident, but if you was there, you know what I'm talking about. But this just speaking volumes for everybody because I see it a lot. Bad body language on the bench, bad body language on the court. You make a turnover, you turn around, you don't hustle back. The coach asks you to do something, you yelling back at the coach, or when you go out the game, you don't go down the line and slap people's hands. You go straight to the end of the bench and throw a towel on your head. All that matters. Like, that could be the difference from you not receiving a scholarship. Like, I talk to kids about that almost as much as I talk to them about what they actually did in the game. Bench etiquette and maturity level will stop you from getting a scholarship. So I just wanted to speak on that real quick, man. That's all I wanted to say.
No, I'm gonna piggyback off that. Because I just was listening to Coach William Pang talk about that. A guy who's coached at every level, D1, D2, JUCO, NAIA. He just talked about the fact that he likes highlight tapes, because if it's intriguing enough, I'm gonna come out and see the kid. And so when I come in the gym to watch you, though, I'm not judging from the highlight tape anymore. Okay, I know what you can do good. Now I'm going to watch all the little intangible stuff you was talking about, your body language, when you having a bad game and the coach is getting on your butt, how you respond to it. Teammates, like, come on, man, and you cussing them out. You trying to start flight. Those are all the little things. I want to know the character. I want to know your character. I want to know what you're really about. When times is hard and rough, because and a lot of kids don't understand, when you go to college, it's tough. It's not easy. Ain't no moms and dads there to hold your hands, or they not there if the coach is cussing you out. They not there and can come in and tell the coach, "Oh, you can't talk to my son." But this ain't high school no more. Oh, well, you and your son can leave. Like, if that's the case. And so coaches when they come and watch you live, they looking at all those intangibles. They already know your skill set. They know what you're good at. They want to see what you're bad at, how you respond, how you react, body language. Are you a team guy? Are you a me guy? Like, these are all the things I want to know about you. How you respond to certain situations, how you respond when your team is down. What are you doing to help win the game? Not so much of your scoring, but what's all the other things that you could do? I want to know what type of character that you're bringing to the table. And guess what? This just doesn't end with basketball. For all my young high school players, when you become an adult and you have a regular job or whatever it is you do in life, you can say one thing, but your actions, your character, that's something totally different. And people will judge you more based off of your character than what you say, because it's easy for me to say something and it sounds good, but then when you see me and I'm clowning, I'm acting the fool, and because I didn't think that you were watching me, now you're seeing how I truly am. That's a whole different aspect. You're going to get treated differently. You're going to get looked at differently, and everybody's going to judge, just because we're human. I'm not saying that we should do it, but it's just sometimes we just can't help it. To put people in a box or to automatically put a certain stipulation on people because of the way that we see that you acting. So now you're proven to be true. So good stuff, Rob, man.
Appreciate it.
Coach Bundage got a request, Rob, man.
Man, I'm a pro at this, man. I know what I'm doing. I don't
Rob
need no
said he's a
tips.
pro, man.
Yes,
Coach
yes,
Pat. Also,
yes.
yes.
Oh man, hey,
So leave
Pat.
that on the screen.
Pat knows. I had to call Pat one day and help him out with a situation just to let him know, with a player and stuff like that. So now, funny that Coach Pat say that, and I will say, kids who are athletes, I understand it's cool to have these, names and stuff like that. I had a player one time had a body catcher on his thing, and I'm like, I know what that means, but I don't think everybody else knows what that means. So you got to really realize what that may sound like. You know what I'm saying? So, these kids need to realize, put your name on there, especially on Twitter. Put your name on there. If you want a college coach to easily find you, especially me, because I'm horrible at tagging kids. So I need y'all to put y'all names on y'all Twitters and on your tags so I can find you. Because when y'all been having all these crazy names, stuff like that, I'm just going to put your name in there. And if you don't get tagged, that's on you. But I just think, we got to start teaching kids how to be professional early because, like we said earlier, it's a business. So, making sure, how you, your social media look and things like that is very important because now you can get paid. So you can't be doing crazy stuff on there, things like that. And you can't be doing crazy things, stuff like that. And I will say this, and I think this is a big, big, big thing. And I know a couple people finna get mad at me. And and it's cool. It's cool.
I'm just go ahead, man. I was just trying to keep Rob updated.
Hey, I got you.
What's going on? For those who may not know, Rob is a Chargers fan, and they have to win this game to get in the playoffs.
Yep.
I'm just trying to keep Rob updated. I know he's trying to watch the game and be engaged in the show. I'm just trying to keep him updated. That's all, y'all. Go ahead, Ant. My bad.
No, you good. You good. You know, my boy Rob and them Chargers. You know what I'm saying? But this is one thing I'm a firm believer on, and I'm gonna say this, and I don't have no problem with being upfront. I am a black man who's a father of 2 Caucasian kids who play basketball. Okay, and I have conversations with them all the time because certain things they want to do, get tattoos and stuff like that. Realize that business has a lot to do with your character, how you present yourself, how you look, all that. So make sure that just because you see certain things, it don't fit everybody, okay? And I'm not saying that to be judging anybody because I can care less. But I'm saying that because I know that that is something that people sometimes overlook or don't never take in consideration when we talking about business. Because again, that can hurt you in somewhere down the line, or it can hurt you because it can give off a different perception of what people may think, and then that also translates in so many other ways. So all I'm saying is social media, how you talk to people, all those things, everything you post, all that stuff is very important. How you handle yourself, like Rob said, when you come out of the gym, like it's a business. It's a business. Everything you do, and it's gonna carry on. Like G-Day said, when you get a job, when you do different things, in life. So we have to that was very on point, Rob. Like I think it's on so many levels. And Coach, Pat said, like parents too. It's a lot of parents out here that we that be hurting their kids on recruitment just because they in the way. You know what I'm saying? They're in the way. They got to move around. And I'm noticing now, if you want to be real, a lot of college coaches, I'm not saying this part of it, but also a lot of college coaches are recruiting older guys because once they get a certain age, they don't got to deal with parents. They can just pick up the phone, call a kid, and talk about the recruitment. They don't got to pick up the phone. Eventually, they will call their parents. But, again, I have a son right now who's JUCO, and he's getting recruited, and all the coaches call him first. They call me last. So I will say important, that's something that you also got to think about as well. So just wanted to add that in there.
It's only the first quarter, Rob, man. Y'all still got time, man. I'm pulling for Rob.
We good.
I want Rob to make it. Me and Rob had an interesting conversation before we get to these rankings.
Oh my God!
There you go.
Rob, it's gonna be. Hey, man, we're gonna leave Rob alone.
Mr. Dude said they could tie and still get in.
Yeah, but who want a tie though? Like, you want to get the win. You want the dub.
Oh man, my dude, Rob finally expressed himself. There you go.
It's all right, Rob. It's gonna be okay, man. We promise, man. It's gonna be all right. It's all right, man. Hey, it's only the first quarter of the game. Y'all still got time to come back and win. Hey, it's only 3-point game right now. It's a long game.
What's that Golden State? You know what I'm saying? See what my boy Klay Thompson doing.
Make sure that y'all go to bshscouting.com. You can see our Power 10 rankings is on there in the greater Houston area. The shot clock is live right now on BSA Scouting as well. And so make sure that y'all go check out bshscouting.com. Plan to bring a lot of information or more information to you guys weekly besides just updating rankings and doing top scores and all that other stuff. So we're going to get into the ranks real quick. We ain't going to dwell on them too long because once you go to the website, check it out. So private school rankings. We got our top 10 private school teams right here. Nothing much really changed except for Concordia Lutheran took a drop, man. We didn't have Houston Christian ranked last week, so they lost to a team that wasn't ranked at the time. Both teams had played a really tough schedule though. Houston Christian and Concordia Lutheran. Rose Hill Christian did beat Lutheran North last week as well, and so Rose Hill Christian jumps up into the top 10. Lutheran North falls out of the top 10 for the private school. On to 3A, 4A. In 3A, 4A, you got everything pretty much stayed the same. Hardin, Jefferson, and Hitchcock switched places. The only team that dropped out was Hampshire Finette as they took a loss. And then Mickey Leland jumps in and takes the 10 spot for 3A, 4A rankings. The only two 3A schools that are ranked is Hitchcock at number 5 and East Chambers, who's at number 8. On to the 5A. Goose Creek Memorial lost a district game. Right now they're sitting second place in district. They was our number 4 team. They dropped down 4 spots to number 8. Barbers Hill also took a L to Crosby. Crosby has now jumped in to number 10. Barbers Hill is sitting right at number 11. That was only a 1 point difference in the voting for the people who do the voting. It came down to a 1 point difference. Crosby jumps in to the top 10. On to 6A. We seen Clearbrook, who was number 1 last week, take on Dickinson, who was number 3 last week, and Clearbrook got the victory. Number 4 last week, and Clearbrook got the victory. Dickinson drops from 4 to 7. Shadow Creek in the voting beat Outside Falls by 1 point, so they switch places right there. May Creek jumps into the top 10 as well, and they got a tough game this week. We're going to get into that as well. And so those are our Power 10 rankings. You go to bshscouting.com. You can see records, and then you can see who else is receiving votes to be considered a top 10 team, man. Man, Rob, man. Look, see everybody on your team, man. Miss Raspberry, like, it's okay, Rob. A lot of game left. Coach P is like, Rob still got that Second Baptist internet service. Yeah, that was a big win for Houston Christian over Concordia Lutheran. And then yes, we already know that Texas A&M Commerce is moving from D2 to D1, and they'll be joining the Southland. The Southland is also trying to get a couple other schools, but nothing official yet, so I can't say publicly. But when it does become official, then definitely can let everybody know the D2 schools who are moving to D1. And Mr. Dews, I'm kind of glad that you brought that up as well. Before we get into the top games of the week and then the top 10 plays, and then we let y'all go and enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday. I'm glad you brought that up. D2s moving to D1s because coaches also move levels. And so players don't, for lack of a better words, don't shit on coaches. Like who are JUCO, some NAIA, some D3, some D2 coaches, because you think that you're a D1 player. Because it may be a D2 coach who really wanted you, and you could have went to D2 and probably became a D2 All-American. But you went the JUCO route. Nothing wrong with that at all. But the way that you treated the coach in the recruitment, and now this coach is now a Division I coach while you're in JUCO, and this coach could be the only school who kind of wants you. His assistants is like, hey, it's this kid. He's down here at this junior college. He's tearing it up. He's doing this. He's doing that. And then the coach see your name, the head coach, and he's like, man, I tried to recruit this kid, and he basically treated me like shit. Like, so be respectful to all coaches, regardless what level they are. And when you're going to make a decision on a commitment, let the other coaches know. Like, don't just leave them hanging. it shouldn't don't make it to be such a big surprise. Like on the day that you know that you're gonna drop your edit, your video, whatever, like right before you about to do it, you can, if you don't want to call them, you can hit them with a text. Coach, I really want to thank you for, all the time that you put into recruiting me. I want to thank you for reaching out to me and my family, but I just decided that what's going to fit me best is to go blah, blah, blah. And that's it. So don't treat coaches bad, because coaches move jobs as well and move levels as well. And you never know. You never know who you're gonna need to have your back. Um, and so treat everybody, be respectful to everybody. Um, y'all know I don't normally cuss on the show, so sorry for cussing. But we're gonna get into these top games of the week. A lot of games going on. We got games going on Monday. I have to do a game on Monday. We got games going on Tuesday. So Tuesday, there's a total of 93 games going on in the greater Houston. So to all of my fellow scouts,
93?
93 games in total going on. We should not be at the same games. We shouldn't. We shouldn't be at the same games.
It was
On
100
Wednesday.
last week.
On Wednesday,
what day
it's a
was
total.
that, G-Day?
Huh? What you say?
What day was that last week that it was 100 games? What day
last
was that last week
Friday.
that it was 100
Last
games
Friday.
in the city?
Last Friday, it was 110 games. Last Friday.
Yeah.
93 games total will be played on Tuesday. A total of 19 games will be played on Wednesday. This Friday, a total of 100 games just in the greater Houston area will be played. This is 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A, 6A, all your TAPs, all your SBCs, your TCALs, your TSCAL, all them. And then on Saturday, a total of 23 games. So if you're not committed, to a kid, or if you a scout or a videographer or whatever, let's get out here. I mean, I know some of us get booked to be certain places. Man, me too, Arch. I see, me and Arch always end up at the same places because people be booking us. But hey, we can't control that part. But make sure y'all try to get out, support. It's hard to see every single team. It is. But go see it. Like I wouldn't see. I always go. I at least try to pick one game a week where it's a game, two teams I've never seen play before. Like I went to the Nimitz Davis game, because you can't say that you've seen multiple kids if you keep going to the same games over and over and over again. So top games on deck. This is Tuesday's games. Let me get.
What's on Monday?
Well, I didn't put up Monday's games.
Gotcha.
Because Monday it's only like 5 games being played on Monday. But I know Monday, everybody gonna be at home watching the national championship. College football, Alabama, well, not you, Alabama versus Georgia. I'm going with Georgia in the game. I mean, I won't be here to watch the game either, but that's my pick. Go Bulldogs.
I didn't even know the game was tomorrow.
Yep. Alabama versus Georgia for national championship, SEC championship, national championship, whatever you want to call it. Top games Tuesday. You got Side Creek at Stratford, Straight Jesuit at Dawson, Texas City at LaPorte. Yeah, y'all got predictions, or y'all just want me to keep it rolling?
No predictions.
Arch, stay on my games, man.
I got Side Creek.
Oh dang, yeah.
But no, yeah. I'm sorry, but Miss Raspberry, it's at Stratford. The game's at Stratford High School. So all the teams that's on the right hand side it's gonna be the home teams. But yeah, Ant, you said you got Side Creek. My bad.
Yep, Side Creek, Straight Jesuit, in Texas City.
Chargers fan, who you got, man?
I got Stratford, Dawson, and LaPorte.
All right, I'm gonna go with Creek. You know what? I'm gonna go with Stratford. Cause then when Creek goes home, I'm gonna go with Creek. So I'm gonna do the home court advantage on this one. So I'm gonna take Stratford. I'm gonna take Dawson, and I'm gonna take Laporte. This is a big. I know it's still early in district, but this is a big game for Texas City. Uh, they're the team who beat Goose Creek last week. If they can beat Laporte too, this puts them in fourth place in district. I know it's early and we talking playoff talk, but some districts started a little bit earlier than others, and so like these teams I've already played like 4 or 5 games of district play. So Texas City needs that win, but I'm gonna rock with Laporte in that one. On to the next game, man. Oh no, Arch, man, you can go to the same games, man. I'm just messing with you. I understand that we get booked sometimes for the same game. Number 2, this is still Tuesday. You got Nederland versus Barbers Hill, Kingwood Park at Dayton, Seven Lakes at May Creek. I'm gonna go with Barbers Hill at home. They're gonna get the win over Nederland. I'm going with Kingwood Park over Dayton. And then I will be at the Seven Lakes May Creek game as well as my guy Arch. We both gonna be there. And so I'm gonna take May Creek at home. Who y'all got?
I got Barbers Hill, Kingwood Park, Seven Lakes.
I got Barbers Hill, Kingwood Park, May Creek.
All right. So last set for Tuesday. Once again, it's a total of 93 games. Can't choose them all. So I just decided to roll with 9. Tuesday, another big district matchup. Both teams are sitting at 3-0. College Park, Grand Oaks. A lot of people weren't expecting Grand Oaks to get the wins that they've been getting. So that's going to be another big game. They still got to play each other 2 more times in district. Their district is the only district where everybody plays each other 3 times. Most districts, everybody plays each other twice. But in, 13, 6A, Region 2, they all play each other 3 times district play. Yeah, they do a little different than everybody else. Then you got Lamarck coming in town, going against Episcopal. Lamarck's ranked number 7 in the 4A pool. Episcopal's ranked number 2 in the private schools. And then you got Lumberton versus number 2 Silsby for 4A. I'm going to go with College Park, Episcopal, and Silsby.
Same for me.
Same.
All right, moving on to Wednesday, January the 12th. 19 games total. I decided to do 6. So on Wednesday, you got Dickinson versus Clear Springs. You got Clear Creek versus Clear Falls. And then you got Cypress Park versus Cypress Ranch.
Clear Falls is where Nick Anderson go, right?
No, he's at Clear Creek. Clear Falls is Orlando Horton.
Okay.
Orlando Horton.
Yeah, they beat Clear Lake because Clear Lake was ranked 10th last week for us. But Clear Falls knocked off Clear Lake, and so that's why Clear Lake dropped out. May Creek jumps in number 10.
Yep, that was my prediction.
Who you got?
Dickinson, Clear Creek, South Ranch.
Rob, who you got? South Ranch on a hot streak right now too.
Dickinson, Clear Falls, South Ranch.
I'm gonna go Dickinson. I'm gonna go Clear Falls, and I'm gonna go opposite of y'all. I'm gonna go with Park at Ranch, just to be opposite.
Nothing wrong with it.
All right. Oh, I jumped the gun. Hold on. Where the other games at? Nope, I forgot to do a set of games. My bad. Oh, here it goes. I'm about to say. All right. Still on Wednesday. I'm about to say, I know I did it, man. Still on Wednesday. You got Fort Bend Clements versus Fort Bend Travis. Fort Bend Bush versus Fort Bend Austin. Then you got Channelview at Pasadena Memorial, who I think we all picked to win their district, and they are rolling so far in district play. I'm gonna go ahead and make my selections. I'm gonna go with Clements over Travis. Clements will have both Bryce and Abdul back for this game. So that's going to be a big factor for them. So I'm going to roll with Clements. I'm going to roll with Fort Bend Bush. It's going to be a close game with Austin. And then I'm going to go with Pasadena Memorial. Who y'all got?
Clements, Bush, Pasadena Memorial.
Travis, Bush, Pasadena Memorial.
All right. Now, here we go. On to Friday. All right. Now, on Friday, once again, it's 100 games being played across the greater Houston area from all levels, all affiliations. We're just gonna do 9. So you got Barbers Hill versus Beaumont United, Dayton versus New Caney, Atascocita at Beaumont Westbrook. I'm gonna go with United, New Caney, and Atascocita.
Beaumont United, New Caney, and Atascocita. Yeah, same.
United, New Caney. I'm gonna take Westbrook at home.
Like that.
All right. Next up, you got Jack Yates versus Mickey Leland. You got May Creek versus Tompkins. And then you have Stafford versus Brazosport. Who you got?
Mickey Leland. Is Big Boy from Tompkins back yet?
I don't know if Joel is back. I don't believe so. I didn't see him in Archie's video.
Okay. May Creek and Stafford.
Yates, May Creek, Stafford.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the same with you, Rob.
Back.
Yates, May Creek, Stafford on that one.
He
Let's
said,
see. I know Arch going to respond. Let us know. He said yes. Joel is back for Tompkins.
Okay. I'm still keeping May Creek.
Last set of games that we're going to talk about for Friday. Once again, 100 games going on in Greater Houston. You got Huffman, Hargrave versus Hampshire Finette. This game's going to be a personal game for Jalen Ordon. And then you got Rose Hill Christian versus Legacy Christian. And then Hitchcock, this is a 3A matchup, versus East Bernard. I'm going to go with Hampshire Finette at home. I'm going to take Rose Hill Christian on the road. Legacy Christian is having a really good season, though. And then I'm going to roll with Hitchcock. Damian McDaniel is tough. And they have a young group, man. Sophomore leader, a bunch of freshmen on varsity. They're tough. Hitchcock.
I got to say, Hushman and Rose Hill Christian and Hitchcock.
Man, you was yawning and the people couldn't hear you, man. What you say?
How you said?
Huffman Hargrave?
No,
Oh, Hampshire Finette.
Hampshire Finette, yeah. Hampshire Finette, Rose Hill Christian, and Hitchcock. Hampshire Finette.
Who you got, Rob, man?
Yeah, I got the same.
All right. All right, Saturday matchups. Y'all excuse me because I put the 11:30 at the bottom. It's supposed to be at the top. I didn't catch that mistake until it was almost time when I was just reviewing everything. So you got Fort Bend Elkins versus Ridge Point. This is Saturday matchups. Total of 23 games going on in the Greater Houston. Saturday, you got Fort Bend Elkins versus Ridge Point. You got Bridgeland versus Cypress Falls. And then at the 11:30 mark, Wheatley versus Booker T. I'm going to go with Elkins. Cyfall and Booker T.
Same. Even though I think Bridges is
Same.
gonna play well, it's gonna be a good game. But
Yeah, Coach Pillow got them playing some
Yup.
solid basketball.
yep.
Yup. Facts.
Last set of games that we're gonna talk about for Saturday. You got Clearbrook versus Clear Springs, Clear Lake versus Dickinson, and then Pasadena Memorial versus Dobie. Who y'all got?
Clearbrook, Dickinson, Pasadena Memorial.
Same.
And then for any players that's watching, my guy Arch, he will be at that Clear Lake Dickinson game. If y'all need film, make sure y'all contact Forever Young Films. On Saturday, he will be at that Clear Lake versus Dickinson game. I'm going Clearbrook. I'm gonna take Dickinson because they're at home, and I'm gonna go Pasadena Memorial over Dobie. So those are our top games on deck for the week. We appreciate everybody for tuning in to the Shot Clock, fellas. Before we get to top 10, any last words I want to leave the people?
Enjoy your week, man. Hopefully everybody plays well. We got big games this week in district. It's time to show up and show out because you want to be, you want to be playing in March. You know what I'm saying? Late February playing in March. So definitely make sure, you putting in the work and getting better.
Rob?
Be cognizant, man. Play your hardest. Compete. Like Coach Ant said earlier, the more you win, the more you get seen. So just keep that in mind for you unsigned seniors, man. Y'all make sure y'all take control of that locker room, be leaders, man. So that's it.
Yeah.
That's it for me. Gotta update that scope, big dog. We just scored.
Oh, hold on, my bad. Look, Coach Pat be on it. Look, touchdown. Hold on, my brother. Let me fix that for you, Rob. There you go. Look, hold on. Oh, I ain't fixed it. Hold on, Rob. Here we go. Hey. Well, y'all ain't made the extra point yet.
Appreciate that.
Let me get the time right too.
Yeah, it's good. It's
12:42. 12:42, right?
It's 12:40. Yeah.
Let me get the time. Hold on, let me get the time. Let me get my.
Hey,
Let me get
Mr.
it right
Dude
for my
say
guy, man.
you always wait till Sunday.
Hey, I'm just trying to get it right for my guy, man. Look, man, making sure we glad to see Rob smiling. Chargers got on the board. They finna start rolling now. Everything finna start clicking.
Mr. Simpson said, "What's my take on the Dickinson Clearbrook game?" Donovan Green didn't play. That's not an excuse, but he didn't play. I would have liked to have seen him play. He had an ankle injury, so he sat out. Dickinson was dominant early, first half, and into the second half, and the inside. Clearbrook scrappy, battled. He Smurf hit a big half court shot at the buzzer of the first half. And then from there, I think they went on like a 27 or some run, like a turnaround or whatever. Like I said earlier, Broderick Jackson, 6'4", junior forward, played great for Clearbrook. Tristan came off the bench and hit some big shots for Clearbrook. Hold on one second. I don't want to forget nobody. Jermichael Young came in, hit some big shots. Christian Bradshaw was playing great help defense. It was the sum of the whole for Clearbrook. And then Dickinson couldn't really make perimeter shots because they changed the defense up in the second half, and they started digging down on the bigs on Pat Williams and Zion Little. Don't want to take credit away from them, though. Pat Williams had 14 points and 9 rebounds. Zion Little had 16 points and 11 rebounds. They was phenomenal. Zion Little looked like he all the way back from his injury. Hit some threes, play inside out, but in the second half, they just couldn't. They couldn't hit enough perimeter shots to open up the inside again. It was a lot of unnecessary fouls in the backcourt. It was, but Kimo and Smurf know how to pick those. Know how to pick those. Know how to pick their spots, man. Stop it, Coach Buns. You gonna see? I know you playing, but you really gonna have somebody thinking that, like, for America out there, he's just playing. Cause once the buzzer sounds at the end of each quarter, it's an update. I'm like, man, I'm a pro at this. Like, stop it. I'm known in the city for this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, shout out Kobe Raspberry. He was gonna be a guest on the show today.
Yes.
But we're gonna get him on here. Shout out to him making his decision.
Congrats.
So when players make commitments, man, we're gonna try to get them on and do our due diligence in that manner. No matter what level you commit to, because we're just celebrating the fact that you're getting to go to college and do something that you love and walk away with free education or minimum debt. But yeah, that was a good game. Can't wait for the rematch. Yeah, I'm gonna be at the rematch. I'm gonna be there this time. Coach Bonnie said, "My bad. It's all love, man." Yeah, Ant always gets sleepy on the show around the 8 o'clock hour, man.
I ain't sleepy. It's just when we be talking about.
Said you ate. Archie said you was eating cheese enchiladas, man.
Nah, man.
He had no meat in there, Archie.
I haven't ate yet. I'm waiting for my food.
Oh, shoot. Ant ain't ate, man. Now, y'all know he usually eat on the show. So, he ain't ate yet.
Nah.
Let me get this score off the screen, man.
Yeah.
But no, we appreciate everybody for tuning in. Once again, if you haven't, make sure that y'all share the show. We truly would appreciate that. Just so that we can keep getting the views up and up and up every week. It keeps going up. And so we want to thank y'all because that's y'all doing. And so we salute y'all. But hey, this is week 9, shot clock. Before we roll, we do got top 10 plays.
Nice food. Slim Shady. Body catcher. That's the body catcher. On his head.
just want a quick shout out. Shout out to Land Productions. Shout out Forever Young Films. Um, and everybody else who sent me videos. I know those guys did produce a couple of videos. Just always want to give credit where credit's due. We appreciate everybody. Well, I know I ain't even got to look at the comments. I already know Mr. Dude said something. I'm
see
finna
you,
click on the
nephew.
comments. I'm finna click on the comments. I already know.
I see you, nephew.
I'm gonna put it on the screen, man. Top player of the week, man. Top player.
Young dude.
Top player of the week. But yeah, once again, we appreciate everybody for tuning in. Hey man, it ain't even 8:30, 8:15, letting y'all go early today. Rob gets to enjoy the rest of the game, man. Maybe when we get off, his team gonna take the lead. Hey, man, I want to see the Chargers make the playoffs, man.
Cause Detroit Lions ain't.
Hey man, we ain't gonna make the playoffs until 2030, man. 2030. Mark my words. The year 2030, we in the playoffs.
Barry Sanders finna have a kid or something? He got a kid or something?
No, he already did, man. He already had Barry Sanders Jr., man.
Oh, because they ain't gonna be good no more. That's over with.
Yeah. He had a kid already.
Yeah. No, they'll be solid, man. As long as we can keep that young defense together and get rid of the quarterback we got, because he's
Hey, I like that, Mr. Dudes. Hey, LeBron, that's still looking good. Hey, that's that
my
GOAT.
goodness, man.
That's
Come,
that
Mr.
GOAT
Dudes,
status.
don't come on here with that LeBron
that
talk,
GOAT
man.
status, baby. Hey, let them know. Hey, I just posted
Before
some
we
on
go,
my IG.
look, Rob is prayerful. Man, I've done some basketball videos for Cam Ward, man. Shout out to his dad, man.
Yeah, Cam Ward can shoot.
Cam Ward was tough, man. He can get up on the rim too. Shout out to the Ward family, man. They supported me from day one when I came in. And so, shout out to them, man. I'm happy for Cam. I gotta wear one of his shirts on the show. I got one of his shirts. You support me, I go out support you. Went out, I bought a T-shirt from him. Help him build his brand as well. And that's what we're supposed to do, man. We're supposed to lean on each other, support one another. Life is too short to be bitter and have beefs and all that other stuff. But until the next time, once again, we appreciate y'all. Till the next time, though, this is the Shot Clock. We'll see y'all next Sunday.